Good afternoon. It's Celeste of Astrology by Celeste. Yes, it is on this. It's a little gloomy outside. It's cold and windy. I'm here in Northern California. Yes, I am. And I'm looking forward to having a conversation with Adrian Blackwell. Hi, Dion. So good to see you. And hi, Raven. Nice to see you both. I'm excited for this. Hi, Celestial Hannah. Yeah, this cosmic conversation. Hi. Hi, Queen of Darkness. Yeah, I know exactly who you are, but I'm having a Mercury retrograde on your first name. Nice to see you. Hi, Isabella and everyone. I never give up the search. No, I never will. No, I will not. Okay, yeah, so I want to tell my Mars square Neptune. So today, Mars, the planet of energy, drive, conflict, accidents, things like that, is squaring Neptune, the planet of illusions and delusions. Hi, Narayana. I'm so excited. We're going to be talking tomorrow. And I was just getting ready for this. Oh, yeah, I told you about that name. Didn't I tell you to bring in the light this year? I want you to bring in the light in 2024. Yes, I do. Olfa. Yes, Olfa. I was trying to remember. You know, I had it, but I was worried I was saying it wrong. Okay, anyway, let me get back to my story. Mars square Neptune is today. So really notice if you see it show up in your life. Mars is in the sign of Sagittarius. Oh, thank you. And Neptune's in the sign of Pisces. And I was getting ready, and I don't know how this happened. It has never happened before, but like came all the way out and fell on the ground. So Mars rules accidents, and I was moving quickly. And like when Mars sings, hi, Adrian, let me just finish the story.
Okay.
And then we'll get started. And Neptune rules makeup, like, you know, because Neptune putting on makeup changes how you appear. So I had an accident with my makeup drawer, and it just crashed to the ground. Hopefully it's all okay. I just left it because I have this live. Yeah, so that's astrology in action for you. Hi, Adrian. So good to see you again today.
Hello. I know it's twice in 2 days.
I know. 2 days in a row. Yes. And I had some Mercury retrograde stuff when I was going to meet you in person. It was so wonderful it's so wonderful. We can make these relationships and get to know people and build community online. But it's also really nice when we meet in person. So it was such a pleasure that I'm like looking for the restaurant, can't find it, on the wrong street. Totally late, Mercury delays, and yeah, the bad weather. Anyway, we made it all happen.
So what about Mercury?
Yeah.
Retrograde? How did Mercury retrograde affect our meeting? Was that a good date? Was it a bad date?
It probably wasn't the best. A lot of times with the astrology,
Yeah.
there's like different things going on at the same time. So the nice thing about us meeting was it was the sun in Capricorn is trine Jupiter in Taurus. So the sun spotlights things and it puts a shine on Jupiter, abundance coming together. Jupiter unites, and we talked about, doing things where we make money together. So that's sun trine Jupiter. So that was the really positive energy. And also Venus, the planet of love, beauty, harmony, and relationships, is in a sextile, and sextiles are opportunities with Pluto. So Pluto rules power dynamics and things like that. So we're coming, and it also is like healing, like shamanic healing, which we're going to be talking about. So we connected, and at the meeting, we talked about how we're going to talk about your healing course today. Now, Mercury retrograde, Mercury delays. I was totally late because of as soon as it started raining, the traffic got crazy. And then I couldn't find it and circling around. So Mercury delays. And so we saw that experience in getting together.
See, and then
But
I came on when I heard you talking about makeup. Now, how did that affect makeup?
Oh, so today is Mars square Neptune. So Mars, the planet of accident, square Neptune in Pisces, and Neptune like is illusions and delusions. So when you put on makeup, it changes the look of you to make you look nicer. And my makeup drawer went like flying out and crashing on the ground as I was getting ready because I was rushing to get ready. So that was
Quite easy in Mercury retrograde is what it sounds like. It was funny because I literally clicked on this the moment you were talking about makeup, and my makeup stuff fell. I didn't complete my makeup right, and I was like, I don't even feel like doing it today. I'm just good. Just however I show up, however I show up.
yes. Well, you're looking beautiful. So
Thank you. I'm here.
yeah. So introduce yourself, Adrian.
My name is Adrian Blackwell. I am a celebrity healer, former celebrity psychic, and medium. And I went from being a psychic and medium to being an energy healer. And it was after 6 years of fighting and pretending that I wasn't an energy healer. I'm like, this isn't going to work. I can't do this. Imposter syndrome. I had everything. And then one day I made my transition, and I have not looked back since. I will never be looking back. I now use my psychic abilities as a part of my energy healing to be able to see people's root causes. And I love what I do. I absolutely love what I do.
Yeah, you are so passionate about what you do, and I love how you help other spiritually based businesses grow as well. Yeah. So you're getting ready to teach a course about energy healing, right? So, well, first, before we even get there, tell us the big benefits of energy healing and what kind of mythology you use and all of that kind of stuff.
Well, it doesn't really matter. Honestly, it doesn't matter how you do it. It's really about what your intention is. And I had to learn that really early on, because it's like, what's the difference between an energy healer who doesn't have effective energy healing and one that does, right? And it really is about setting your intention and what is it that you want to create out of it. And people who have doubts, that's the reason that they tend to not have strong energy healings, or they doubt their energy healing, so they don't do energy healing. They'll be like, well, I took some classes, but I'm not that great, so I'm just not doing it, right? So it's really about setting that intention, because that intention makes you confident. So when I actually do energy healing work, I have people set a really clear intention. And I don't need to know what that intention is, but I'll ask. People who want to share, they can share. But sometimes people keep it to themselves. And I had a woman who actually came into one of my energy healing not classes, but energy healings. And it was a group session, and she had just been diagnosed with breast cancer. And so I guess her intention was she didn't want it anymore. I want to be breast cancer free. So I had no idea what this intention was, but I was like, let's just set our intentions. Whatever energy I flow out to you is going to amplify. It's going to amplify, and it's going to heal. Doesn't matter what you're asking to be healed. That's just my intention is to amplify what you want. Right? So I'm amplifying what people want, and I'm using all the techniques that I know put together, called the Adrian Blackwell Healing Method. And I heard from my business coach later that she had felt her cancer leave during the session, which I think is great. If you feel great, you feel great. That's amazing. However, 2 weeks after that, I was informed that her cancer really did disappear. And I just thought that was absolutely amazing, because that was her intention. I did not need to know what that was for that to disappear. And I just think that's the most beautiful thing about energy healing. And it's not a claim. If you have cancer, don't come to me and go, cure my cancer, because, I absolutely can't guarantee that. I don't know how energy healing is going to affect one person from the next. But I know from testimonials that miracles have happened. I know that somebody has set an intention to be a millionaire. I've done my energy healing work, and 2 months later they were a millionaire. I've had people who've had all kind of chronic disease, chronic pain, tell me that all of a sudden it's gone after we do energy healing. So what I really want to do is teach people how to do what I do, because I can't heal everybody. But a lot of people are looking for this kind of work. And so I'm like, if I could teach somebody, if I could just teach somebody how to be confident enough, understand energy healing, be confident enough to actually use it, you can change the world.
Yeah. And they talk about the power of prayer, and how people who have had cancer and other diseases and have prayer circles praying for them,
Yep.
That's just prayer is just another form of energy. And then, sometimes people are healed or do better. I do have to tell you, yesterday we were talking about business and you told me to ask the universe to send me, how did you phrase it? To send me people who I was the answer to their prayers. And I had a woman call me today, and I just know from our conversation that the reading we're going to do is going to be really helpful for her and to knowing her next steps and what's going on with something she's worried about, because I could see in the chart that it's all going to be like, I think she's going to get what she wants. And so, yeah, setting intention, the power of intention, like, it's like ask, believe, receive is so, I feel like I have manifested my dream life.
I will actually say I would take the belief aspect out of that. You don't have to believe for this to work. And I'll share with you a story that's so close to my heart. I used to be a smoker, so this was really, really important to me because I remember how hard it was to quit. And then one day it was like cold turkey. I'm not going back to that. I had a woman come into my webinar, and when she messaged me a couple of weeks later, she said, I didn't know who you were. I don't know how I ended up in your, paying for your energy healing and being there. I have no idea how. It was like, I'm just there. And she said, when I started it, and this was actually for a New Year's one healing that I did years ago. But she said, I told people to write their intention. What is it that you really want? If I could wave a magic wand and tell you can have anything you wanted, what would you want? And she wrote down, I guess, to stop smoking, but she had been a smoker for 30 years. So she thought it was impossible. She didn't have belief that this was going to work. She just played the game. That's all I ask people to do, play the game. So she wrote down, she wanted to be, I don't know how she worded it, but she wanted to be cigarette free. And she said the very next morning, she took a hit of her last cigarette, and it had been 2 weeks later, and she still hadn't smoked after being a chain smoker for 30 years.
Mm-hmm. That is so powerful. Yeah.
Only belief enough to try it.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. And so, in that, I guess it does take a sense of belief to at least just say, let me just play the game and see how this works. Because there's other people who's like, I'm not doing that. I'm not setting that intention. I don't care. I'm not. So it has to have enough of a belief to at least set the intention. But it's really amazing because it's the power of coming together, understanding how to use energy and having it be amplified. And most people don't know how to amplify. They don't know how to amplify in a positive way. We're amplifying all the time, but usually we're amplifying in a negative way. And what happens when you amplify the things that you want? What happens when you amplify the things that you desire? What happens when you go from being a passive healer to an active healer? When you're actually taking action and creating something. And so that's what I teach people. That's what the course is about. And it's wonderful because I'm actually teaching in a way in which I've always wanted to learn, but I could never find. So when you take an energy, I don't know if you've ever taken an energy healing course or anything like that, but
I have not. I mean, I've done some energy healing stuff. Like I like doing the figure eights around your temple. I find that's really calming. And there's a question here. Can I read you the question? So how can you know you're actually wishing what's good for you, or if you framed it the right way?
I actually help people with that every single time we go into any kind of energy healing. I help people get clarity on that. Because most people aren't framing it the right way. And I will give you an example because it's a good question. I want to be debt free. You want nothing more out of life than to be debt free? If you're that limited, you should look back at it and just be like, okay, that's what I'm asking for, is just to be debt free. I don't want to be happy. I don't want to have abundance of money. So once I'm debt free, I'm just going to get in debt again. I'm not asking for more than this. So I want to have more than enough money to do what I want, when I want, where I want, with who I want. That would be a clear intention. Right? So I help people get those clear intentions so that they can set those intentions. Absolutely. And then, an intention is sometimes good enough, most of the time not. That's why you work with energy healers, or you work with people who can amplify that energy. I had a desire for many years when people tell me they would go to India and they would like hug a guru, or they would go sit with the guru or just talk to a guru, and their lives would change and manifestations started happening easier. And I just couldn't understand that. I was like, people got to go to India to experience that. And I just looked to the heavens and I was like, please allow me to help people amplify their desires that much to where it just happened. And so what I was told by my guides is hold space for people more than they want their own gift. You have to want them to have it more. Mm-hmm. You have to hold the energy more. You have to have a bigger desire than even they do. And that's where we start putting our intentions together to amplify it.
Mm.
That's the part. That's the foundation. There's more to it, but there's a foundation of actually creating. And I'm not religious in any way, shape, or form. But I remember distinctly hearing, you know, when it comes to Christianity, it was when one or more are gathered in my name, everything's amplified. Mm-hmm. I do.
Yeah.
There's power in numbers, and I think that's why a lot of times when people come together, like right now, things will actually happen a lot faster than if I'm even doing a one-on-one with somebody. Their lives change quick. Don't get me wrong, but when you have a group type setting, a lot of times it's the next day. People are like, miracles are already happening.
Yeah. And I have had people do energy work on me, and it's been really helpful.
Yeah.
Tell people all the different trainings you've done. You've done so many.
I've done a lot, but honestly, none of that matters.
Okay.
I think it's a waste of time to tell people what I've done when you don't know what it is, right? So I really want to tell people what energy healing is in itself. And that's what I was sharing was I'm teaching the class that I want other people to experience the thing that I want to experience. So what I was asking you, if you ever take an energy healing class, for anybody who's out there, you know that it's usually 2 to 4 days long. So it's 2 days, 3 days, or 4 days. Training that people have. And so once you leave the training, you kind of get an idea of this technique, but you don't really know how to implement it with a one-on-one. You don't know if you're confident enough. You're like, what if I come up against this issue? What if this happens with this person? How do I help them? And when you start really thinking about that, you get anxiety and you don't do the work. You don't help people. And how many people, I'm wondering, out there have ever experienced this? They've ever been through this with anything, where they're just like, I just don't know what to do. I'll put that on hold. And then you don't do it. So what I feel like is more appropriate for most people out there is to do a 2-day intensive and then work with people over time, teaching them more, answering questions as questions arrive, have them practice what they're learning, put it in real life, implement it, come back. What happened? How do you feel? What block did you come against? What question did you have? And so I work with people for literally 4 months in training them and learning these different energy techniques and learning how to create their own modality. And this is why I say it's not important what I've learned, because what I'm teaching people is how to create their own energy healing modality. What can you do? What is your gift? Because you're going to be way more unique than I am myself, right? You're going to take this and you're going to spin it and make it your own if you're confident enough to do that. And that's what I'm teaching you, how to create your own energy healing signature, unique to you, that's going to help transform somebody's life. But you can't get there if you don't have the confidence. So I teach people confidence. I'm there to mentor you. I'm there for you even after the class is over. And then on top of that, anybody who actually takes my energy healing class the very next year when I do the class again gets to take it again for free. We build on what people have learned. We build on, okay, what did you learn in the last year and you have more questions about? You want to share the experiences, the miracles, the feedback you've gotten from people. How do you even know what you excel in if you don't get feedback from people on what they felt or what has changed? I know that I don't have to work on health. I am not a health healer. I do not do anything around health. But I know that once I'm healing somebody's heart, and I'm healing the root cause of something, that it branches out into every area of their life. So people tell me their love life gets better, their money increases, their health gets, it's just a natural side effect of the energy healing work itself. But what are you going to go out there and do? Maybe you are a health healer. Maybe you're like, you know what, I just kind of tap into now, like their medical conditions, and I can see it and I can feel it and we can work on it and things. How do you know that if you don't practice? How do you know that if you don't get feedback? So my class is like literally the perfect class for a beginner, intermediate, advanced, anybody who feels like they need more practice, they want to learn how to create their own modality, and they just don't want to practice what somebody else is doing.
I love that. Oh, this is a great question. How do you manage still putting yourself first with all the energy you're giving? So, as part of the class, helping people learn how to protect their energy, or
No,
what?
because there's nothing to protect once you actually learn how to do energy healing. If you think you have to protect yourself, you don't really know what energy healing is, right? And that's why you need the class. When I do sessions, people will tell me, "Oh my God, you must be so tired. You're so drained after working with me." And I'm like, "Please, I can run a marathon, and I'll run." I mean, I feel energized. I feel excited. It's one of the reasons I knew that I had to get out of doing psychic readings and mediumship readings, is because after a psychic or mediumship reading, I would feel so tired, so drained. I felt depleted, and my guides are like, "Because that's not what you're supposed to be doing." And then eventually I listened and I was like, oh, let me do the energy healing. And I'm telling you, it doesn't drain you. It doesn't make you tired when you know what you're doing. So if you have that question, that means you really need to learn energy healing.
Mm. Oh, yeah. Oh, she says she doesn't. She let it rain on us. Yeah. Yeah. So just let the energy rain. So you find that it's energizing to actually do the healing
It
for
is
other
energizing.
people.
Absolutely. I don't think I've ever done a session where I feel drained. I might feel tired, like I need to get some sleep after that. That was like running a marathon. But there's never a feeling of like I'm exhausted. I don't want to do this. I'm just like, oh, I'm sick. It's not that kind of tired. It's like I can have a really good sleep right now. Like a really good sleep. Like
Uh-huh.
the best I've had in years type thing. But that's rare too. But yeah, it should energize you. It should make you feel really good.
Yeah.
And the person you're working with will feel that way too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there, can we do like a mini energy healing
I
here,
would
or?
if I could too. Ooh, yes. Yes, 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 yes. So, are there any more questions we need to have answered at this particular moment?
I don't think so. I don't see any other questions. Just nice comments. Yeah.
Okay.
Faith is in the present. Yes, it is.
So,
Oh, okay.
but,
Yeah.
so what I'd like to do is have everybody set their intention. And I have a really cool hack for you if you don't know what your intention is, because we're doing a short mini session. I don't have enough time to really get into it. So my hack is to close your eyes unless you're driving and feel what it feels like to manifest the thing that you want. Just feel what it feels like. If it doesn't feel positive, change your intention now. You want to amplify happiness, getting what you desire, and just having it be more miraculous than anything you could experience. Matter of fact, it should bring tears to your eyes. It makes you so happy. I want you to get clear on that feeling. And if you're clear on that intention, you know what you want, then I want you to amplify this with this emotion, with this feeling. It's so powerful. It's so amazing. It feels so good when you get it. It brings tears to your eyes, tears of happiness. I keep thinking about that, and I'm going to go ahead and flow some energy to you. to take a moment to let you know, as this energy is flowing, it's okay to experience something new in your body. You might want to cry, you might laugh and giggle, you might burp, you may have your ears start popping. Some people even throw up if they have health issues that are being cleared out. I've noticed that. It's rare, but it's a healing. It's an intense healing. You may have to get up and go to the bathroom. That is completely okay. Now we're going to do this again. We're going to amplify how you want to feel, but we're going to take it to another level. I want you to try to get 2% happier, excited, feelings of joy. I want you to see if you can even raise it now. So before you were at a ceiling, you couldn't go any higher. I want you to see if you can get beyond that ceiling. Think about the thing you want to have healed. And now think about the thing that you want to create once that's healed. So where I'm feeling the blocks to manifesting here is in the heart. It's in the heart space for many of you. So what I'm going to do is we're going to do this again. I'm just going to focus the energy on the heart. So I want you to focus on the thing that you'd like to clear again. The thing that you'd like to have removed from your life. The thing that doesn't work. What do you want healed? Keep thinking about it. Almost there. People usually feel where the resistance is. So for those of you who are having resistance and it's been there for years, I'm just going to have your own personal guidance team come in and start shifting that. But they need your permission. So I just want you to think yes if you want help with this. There we go. Nice. Good job. Okay, breathe through that. It's like a dam opening. I can feel the energy flowing now. Good. We're just going to give gratitude to your team for coming in and shifting that so quickly. And we're going to focus on the thing that you want to create. The feeling you want to have when you create it. There we go. See, that's flowing much nicer now. So we just removed a major block to your manifesting. Just kind of feel your body. Feel the joy in your cells. Feel your cells resonating with that new energy of I got exactly what it is that I wanted, and it feels so good. Now the next level of this healing, I'm just going to let people know right now, is there are several people right now that have severe issues speaking up. You don't have clarity on speaking up about how much money you want to make, getting a raise, raising your rates. It's about speaking your desires. And so when you speak your desires, you feel guilty, you feel wrong, you can't do it, something's stopping you. So there's some energy around the throat. So I'm going to set this energy up to just continue healing you. All you have to do is say yes. And I just want to make sure you say yes, because I don't want to have energy following you around to heal you for the next 3 hours if you don't want that, right? So I just want you to give permission for this. And I only do this when it's like impromptu like this, when people are coming to me and they know what they're getting into. My eyes are starting to water with this one. This is a big one for a few people. It's not just one person, it's a few people on this. even people who are going to listen to this in the future, this is what it's tapping into. So we're just going to start to clear out that block. And it's probably going to last for about 3 hours, but that is going to start to shift. This is more ancestral stuff. It's not really your problem. It's not your fault. So you can't really clear this out by doing work. You can't think this away, right? Because it's not yours. So we're just clearing out the ancestral burden that you carry. Whew. Oh my God, that feels so much better. Is there anybody there that was feeling that in the throat? Okay.
Oh, I was feeling it in my heart.
Which is where it originated, and then it moves up to the throat for some people. So
Oh,
yeah,
next is, yeah.
an ancestral bondage. Yawning is a really clear symptom you're getting healing work too. And you don't have to feel it for it to be working. That's the beauty of it. That feels so good. Okay, one last time I want you to think about what it is that you desire, what you want to create, what your intention is, the highest level of frequency. So I want you to feel that happiness. How does it feel when you get it? And we're just going to resonate your cells with that energy from now on. Okay, this is why I feel like I could run a marathon. This feels so good.
Yeah, we have some comments here. Yeah, so A.B. Brown definitely felt it in their heart, throat, right side of the brain. Celestial Hannah said it felt like a hair got pulled out of my throat. We've got all these yeses. So people were saying yes, 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 ready to feel some healing. Yes, yes. Let's see, anything else? I certainly, oh, Ulfa's asking about distance healing, the difference, I guess, between distance and in person.
It would be exactly the same. The
Yeah.
way it would be exactly the same. There's no change or
Yeah.
difference.
Yeah. Yeah. I felt it first in my heart, and then when you said, and then, yeah, some in the throat as well. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So interesting. I love this.
Yeah.
Now, my question is how many people want to experience more of that?
Well, Ulfa already said she wants more of it. We've got grateful people, very appreciative.
So with
La Morena's in a trance. Yep.
So with this, people can learn how to either do this for themselves or do this for other people, right? People can learn how to take care of themselves, or they can also take care of other people and do the same. But you can learn how to do this energy, and maybe even have it more effective than I can. I want my students to grow beyond me. I would love that.
Mm-hmm.
Be more powerful than I am, right? I want to
Mm-hmm.
do that. But I also do energy healing. So if people want to experience more of this, they just need to reach out. My energy is still moving. I can feel it in my head now. I feel like it. And it's funny because that lightheadedness is more like, ooh, I'm a little tipsy, right? I'm feeling good, versus like, oh my God, I'm gonna. So that's the feeling that people should have when doing energy healing work on other people.
Yeah, that you feel like, yeah, that you're benefiting as well from the work.
All right, so we're just going to bring this energy. I'm not going to stop it. Like I said, I feel like this energy is going to run for at least 3 hours, but I do want to ground it first and then put you in your own protective bubbles so that you feel safe continuing this energy healing even outside of this call. If you could think about it, like when people are sick, they generally will go into a room off to themselves, and I don't want to say quarantine after, after what we went through, but you know, that's basically what people do. They go off alone in their own rooms, and they lay in their beds, and they watch TV, and they want to be left alone. And a lot of times that's a vulnerability. We feel vulnerable when we're not at our best. And so a lot of times healing is very vulnerable like that, because you're actually healing something. And so I put people in their own protective little bubbles so they can still go to work, they can still live their lives, they can still feed their kids or be with their partner, or take care of the dog, right? And not feel as vulnerable even when they're in that space of healing. So that's why I put you in your own protective little bubble, keep you feeling nice and safe.
Mm-hmm.
As you're experiencing the energy healing work, when I'm disconnecting from that energy. And so what I'd like everybody to do is I'd like everybody to close your eyes if you can, unless you're driving. And I want you to think of every single person. You don't have to know their names or their faces, just the intention of every single person that you've ever come into contact with. Even if they're just in the car next to you. Or if you had an anger management needed day where you know, yelling at people in the car next to you. They're yelling at you. You give somebody a look. You feel sad because you wanted to help a homeless person. Whatever that is, you've connected with people. They've taken your energy. They may have stolen your energy, or you've given your energy away. I want you to imagine all of those people have a piece of your energy, and you're going to gently call your energy back to you, blessed and transmuted, with miracles attached. Yes, that's it right there. With miracles attached. Feel that. It's been cleansed, and you want it to go back into your soul, back into your body, back into your cells, in the exact place in which it was taken. Your body knows how to put the pieces back to this puzzle. You got this. So just gently call this back as blessed and transmuted, blessed and transmuted. They do not need your energy. You need your energy. Good. Now I want you to imagine you've taken other people's energy on that you don't need. You may have stolen it, taken it, they may have given it to you to borrow for a little while and just never got returned. I want you to go ahead and return their energy to them, blessed and transmuted. I don't care who it is. If you don't like them or do like them, you want to give them back their energy better than how you found it. This is how we heal people, right? Send it back blessed and transmuted with some miracles on there. Let's make the world a better place than when we were born, when we found it. Now you are the only energy that is left hanging out in your body or in your aura. It's just you and only you. And so it is.
I love that. Yeah. And Amy Brown said she took your class last year and experienced deep healing and learned so much. Can't get enough of Adrian's healing and teachings. Yeah. Claudio said things are so serious now with mental health. Yeah. Body health and family issues. So many people are experiencing these things. Yeah. Mental health with Saturn and Pisces is a big topic for the collective.
When it comes to mental health, it's very fascinating because I've worked with a lot of people who do soul retrieval. And we're talking about psychologists, therapists that have left the practice because they found that mental health issues tend to have something to do with the soul. So when Native Americans, when they do the ceremony of soul retrieval, and which a lot of people are doing now, they'll find that whatever mental health issue challenge they had has actually disappeared. And I've talked to a lot of them that have made that transition because they saw that work. Be as profound as it is, but if somebody is suffering, I would try anything. And one of the things that I would try is a soul retrieval, which is partially what we've done just a little bit today. It usually takes a lot longer to fully do it, but it's a beginning to getting you back to you, which is why people can feel better almost instantaneously when they do this.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Yeah.
You never know what's going to work, you know? So I'm just one of those people who will try everything. That's why I've been trained in so many different modalities. I'm like, I want to try everything. And then I take a little piece from here, a little piece from this, and I put it together and make it my own. And then I'm like, what? That feels good.
Yeah.
That's working.
Yeah.
So I want to teach other people to do.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Yeah. So, yeah. People are saying nice comments. Yeah. Nice comments about the healing. So yeah, I love that. So energy healing is something you can try for yourself for whatever issues you have. It doesn't take the place of, seeing a doctor or anything like that. But people find that sometimes like healing that energy helps take away the difficulty or the disease or the whatever it is you're dealing with, or the mental, or easing up the mental
And that's
issues. Yeah.
people really know is because they are working with the medical community. It's extraordinary, but one of the most common testimonials that I get after usually one or two healing sessions is people start working with their doctors to get off of their depression medication. I always found that fascinating. Because I'm like, really? Like you're ready to brave that after only one or two times, and they're like, yeah, and it's amazing. Somebody told me that they had been working with a therapist for something like 10 years, and after a healing session with me, she was like, what changed? Because I've been trying to work with you for 10 years, and it hasn't been working the way I wanted it to. What have you been doing differently? And she's like, I sent her one of your recordings. Because I actually have recordings that people can just listen to, literally click play, and they still receive healing, and their lives start to change. So it's really amazing to hear how many people, and I would never tell anybody to get off their medication. That's a personal choice between you and your doctor. But a lot of people have told me that, and I find that just really fascinating. Because again, I don't work with that. That's not what I'm working on at all.
Yeah.
But it's
You call
like
it heart and soul, right?
my class is a heart and soul based healing program to learn the Adrian Blackwell healing method. Yes. And then you're going to learn your own method. So as you get confident, it takes a little bit of time to really see what resonates. But as you get confident, you start to create your own modality. You call it whatever you want. But you're going to learn how to do it your way. And I think that's the most important thing. Like the first 2 days of the program with the 2-day intensive, people are actually unleashing their own gifts. I don't care if they think they have gifts, they think they don't have gifts, their gifts are locked, they're 50 years old and they've never had a gift. In the first 2 days, we actually unlock that. So normally within either it could be, for some people it's instant, for some people it takes a week or two. They come back in class and they're like, I finally figured out what my gift is. Something happened to me that never happened before. So we really just work on unleashing. We all have it. We all have it somewhere in. And if you want to be a healer, you've been called to do this. You've had the feeling in one way, shape, or form. And so it's really amazing to be able to go in and go, wow, I didn't know I had that gift. Or I always thought that was impossible. But that's what the course is about. It's about you unlocking your own gifts. That's why it doesn't matter what I've been trained in, what I do. It's because you're going to create your own. And you're going to be confident enough to do it. That is so important. And there's going to be a difference between somebody who does like love healing versus health healings or money healing or manifestation healing. So everybody's going to learn what works for them. And that's so important to know that you are so unique, that there's a program out there that keeps that uniqueness intact. You don't have to copy what I'm doing.
Yeah, Crafty Crow asked, what are the first steps to take to become an energy healer?
You have to want and desire it, and then be willing to take the study that it takes to get there.
Mm-hmm. And so tell people, like, how do they find out more about your class to see if they want to join? You said
All
it's
they
a
have to do is actually message me, or they can message you and you'll send them my email address, or you can message me here on Instagram. I'll actually check today. I'll send you a link to my website and answer any questions that you have and see how you feel. Like, what I want to know more about you, because people can't just click a button and sign up for my course. Like, we're going to chat for about 10 minutes. I want to hear your story. I want to see what's drawing you in. Can I help you? Are you the perfect student for me? Am I the perfect teacher for you? And then people usually sign up, 10, 15 minutes. They're like, I already knew this is for me. So,
yeah. So if you're feeling called to it, Ulfa wants to do one-on-one sessions with you. So
right.
you do that, right?
I do one-on-one sessions, and I do get booked up pretty quickly. My January is already getting full. I think I have like 2 more spots available that I can fit people in, but you'd have to get in immediately because I probably won't open up again until March or April. And then again, it's whoever's on that list is the first come, first serve, as long as I feel like it can help you. So all you have to do is message me and we'll figure that out.
Yeah. And you can follow Adrienne if you just push the carrot, or me if you're new to me, push the carrot at the top. And
have a carrot on their side?
At the top of the screen, there's a carrot, and then you can follow people. It's at the top left. It's where it says Cosmic Conversations. You push it's that thing. It's like a down thing, and then you can follow Adrienne or me, Adrienne Blackwell. But I'll put the link to your website in the notes with the live, and I'll make you a collaborator so you can put it on your wall too, Adrienne.
Awesome. And it's AdrienneBlackwell.com, and that's EN, not AN.
Yeah.
Very, very, very simple, and it will be on here. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you message me here on Instagram, super easy to get in contact with me, and we'll set up a chat.
Yeah.
Oh, and the course, by the way, the course starts January 6th and 7th is a 2-day intensive, and I meet every Wednesday from 10 a.m. to noon PST until April. So it's a 16-week class, and the first week starts with the 2-day intensive. So
a 2-day intensive, January 6th and January 7th, and then a weekly class on Wednesdays until April. Wow.
Yeah, 12 p.m. PST.
Yeah.
So enough time to learn a new technique, practice it, and get healing. Actually, that was something I forgot to mention. Listen, here's my selling point for this. When people come to my class and they sign up and they take this class, they get so much healing. And this is one of the reasons they get so much healing, is because there's a lot of times where healers can mimic another healer. So once you learn how to do the basic energy healing techniques, you can actually mimic energy, which means you can feel what's happening. You can feel the change. You can feel the healing, and you can mimic that energy. And so I can start healing classes some days where I'm just like, I just feel drawn or in them with actual healing. So you get a lot of healing from me in the course itself. And sometimes you're actually getting more healing, depending on how much you work with me one-on-one, but you're getting more healing in the class from me at a cheaper price than you would be if you were doing one-on-one. That's how much healing you're getting in the course. So it's cost effective for those who want like a healing intensive. This is an aspect of you getting your own healing intensive while understanding how to heal yourself and heal others at the same time. I think that's one of the best things, the best features of it. This is just how much healing you get within. And it's on Zoom, it's live. So Q&As, whenever you have a question, get answers.
Wonderful. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for sharing the healing with us today. I know I definitely feel better, and I put my intentions out there, so I will let you know how it goes.
Let me know. Yes.
Yeah. And I'll make you a collaborator with this. I think I got all of there's lots of thank yous, and I already answered the one on sending love, and yeah, so people really enjoyed this. So thank you so much, Adrienne, and yeah, have a beautiful rest of the day, and I hope the class goes very well.
Thank you. Bye, everybody. Thanks for letting me do a healing on you.
Thank you. We appreciate it. You take care.
Bye.
Bye.